Okay, now I'm gonna cut my packages of meat open, put it in my bowl. There's the ground beef. Ground pork. And this is where the fun is, you know. Now you get to get your hands dirty. So make sure your hands are clean before you start. And then you just kind of gotta mush it together. You wanna combine that beef and that pork so it's kind of equally done in here. It's kind of fun, kind of gooey and ooey. Don't be afraid of it. It's not gonna bite you. It's kind of nice to have the combination between the beef and the pork. Always makes for a really good flavor profile with the meat. Sometimes I like to cook a pork roast and a beef roast together as well. So that's kind of a fun thing to do too. Okay, so we've kind of got that mushed in there good. Kind of, sort of, okay. Now I'm gonna put the fresh basil in. Use a little bit of thyme. It's probably not quite a teaspoon of thyme, maybe a half, and then a teaspoon of the basil. I'm gonna do it liberally with the seasoned salt, just kind of what it looks like. Pepper. All right, I'm gonna crack a couple eggs in there. These are beautiful eggs, right from our egg farmer. We're so pleased with that. Look how beautiful those yolks are. They're gorgeous. I think I'm gonna use, I dropped it in there. Get her out. I'm gonna use 3 eggs today with 2 pounds of meat. I don't really have a recipe that I do. I just kind of put stuff in to taste. So now we got the eggs in and we're gonna smush that all around. Get the salt and pepper down in there. I might spin it around, add some more. The egg kind of works as a binder with the meatloaf, kind of hold it all together. So when you slice it, you can actually have a slice of it. So it's kind of fun. But you can see that it makes a nice mess. But it's getting kind of gooey and ooey, so that's a good thing. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more salt on there. And then I think I'll put my onions in. These are my onions, all sauteed nice. Just kind of blend in better, I think, with the meat when they're sauteed a little bit. This really doesn't take very long if you got your ingredients ready to go. Okay, so we got our onion in there. Keep mixing it up, smushing it up. Kind of got some bigger pieces of, see, like the ground beef. I'm kind of try to mush that up, smaller bites, so it kind of blends in better. I'm gonna put some milk in there. I'm gonna start with about, a quarter of a cup. I don't wanna get too much. But that's kind of, see how nice and wet that is? You see that in the photo? Yeah, it's pretty nice. Now I'm gonna put some of my breadcrumbs in there. All right, it's looking good. Looking good. I think I'll use the rest of these breadcrumbs up. If I needed to cut more, I do have some more breadcrumb or dried up bread available that I can cut up, but I think this will do it. It's looking pretty nice. Oh man, that looks good. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Why, I don't know, just because my mom always said to. So that's where I got my oven set tonight. There's my loaf pan, pretty good size one. I'm gonna put that meatloaf in that loaf pan. Scrape all the goodies out of the dish. And make it into a nice little loaf here. Actually, it's a pretty good size loaf. It's a 2-pound loaf, so it'll feed us for a few days, that's for sure. Kind of pat it down a little bit. There you go. Now I'm going to wash my hands a minute so I can use the other ingredients. All right. Now I have my bacon here. You can see my pieces of bacon. My mom always put bacon on top of the meatloaf for added flavor. Nothing fancy. You can do it however you want. You can crisscross it. This bacon's kind of a bunch of pieces, but pretty meaty too. So it's perfect for this dish. I think I'll cut this piece in half. Put half on this corner and half on that corner. And there you have it. Covered with bacon. A little bit of ketchup. Squirt it over the top. And there you have it. Simple, fast, and easy. I'm going to guess I'm going to have to cook this about an hour and a half, and I will check the internal temp with a meat thermometer, make sure it's at that 145, 150 degrees before I pull it out of the oven, and then we'll have a nice supper. Well, the meatloaf is out of the oven. I did give it almost 2 hours to cook, and it looks beautiful, and it smells delicious. I'm going to cut it and show you what it looks like on the inside. And there it is, beautiful meatloaf, just waiting to be tasted. It looks delicious. And there it is in the pan cut. Obviously the ground pork gives it a lot of grease and a lot of flavor. You can lift that right out of that grease and set it onto a platter and serve it that way, or you can leave it set there. The choice is yours. Enjoy.